Hey, what's up, guys? We're here at Tennessee Regionals, and who are you?
I'm Mark HOLLIFIELD. I placed second today playing MANADIUM.
Second with MANADIUM. That's not normal for a fired format. Let's see this deck profile. Anything you want to say before you get into it?
Well, after playing today, every choice that I made actually seriously helped me out. Not a card was wasted, so I'd say that until the next ban list, deck solved.
All right, for sure. Let's get into it.
Bold statement, but hey, I got results to back it up.
Go for it.
All right, so starting off, 2 pieces of Starfrost, pretty standard. 3 pieces of Samsara. Then I've got 3 MANADIUM Reamheart, 3 Meek. The standard ratios for each of these. Today I made the choice to go with only 2 Scareclaw Reichart. Decided I wanted to add in a couple more just going second cards, and it came up. So plus, like, I never really found myself wanting the third, so I still played 3 Pxxxnda Fenrir, just generally great card, and the 1 Scareclaw Pxxxnda, good extender to search off that, plus it can help me get into light heart if I need it. Then I played 2 Nibiru and 3 Droll and Lockbird. Both of these done me really good today. And I know like Nib and Fenrir don't really mesh well together, but I did make it work with some of the other cards that I run. So back to it. 2 Scareclaw Arrival, searchable monster reborn that's not once per turn. Why not run multiples? 1 MANADIUM Obsidian, 1 Imaginings. This card is really nice for just refreshing your hand and helping you get rid of bricks. Plus, in tandem with Fenrir, you can just free search off Fenrir, grab whatever, or you can put back a 1-up that you don't want.
Did you ever brick with that?
With Imaginings?
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I only bricked once all day today. Every other game that I opened a very playable hand.
Alright, for sure.
I also play Realm Eulogy. So this card came up a good bit, basically a second droplets that helps, with Fenrir Nib, super free, and destroying Meek with it, or Visas Samsara with Calarium up, really amazing.
Okay.
And then for field spells, 3 Peaceful Planet Calarium. I run 3 because it's a 1-card starter, and this deck has enough 2 and 3 card combos to where Droll just doesn't hurt it. If I open only this and a bunch of non-engine, then oh well, I eat it. But that didn't happen. Then I only run 1 Reichphobia. Like I said, I trimmed down on the Scareclaw stuff, and I never really found myself wanting a second Reichphobia. And then I also run the 1 Perlarino, part of the 1-card combo.
So it's pretty standard.
Yeah, to add Visa Starfrost. If Pressured Planet, Race Soul, search Visa Starfrost, I would 100% trade them out, because not only would Race Soul be able to search Visas, it could also search Fenrir or the Scareclaw Pxxxnda. And then for non-engine spells, 1 Rhoda, 1 Terraforming, 1 Called by the Grave, your 3 Musketeers of limited spells that are just really good. And these act like a 7th and 8th copy of the 1-card starters and hand trap protection. Then 3 Triple Tactics Talent. This card and the 3 droplets I played came up so much today. It was fantastic. Being able to just dig deeper or steal an opponent's monster, plus this right here, just getting around voices targeting protection.
Gas.
Really, yeah, absolutely. And I do main deck the 1 MANADIUM Reframing. Why wouldn't you want to play something that just reinforces your going first board with the amount of like 2-card combos that make it to where, so typically the 1-card combo, you have to search Perlarino with Visas Starfrost, or you have to search Meek with Reamheart. If you open anything that you would normally search, then you can just grab this. But I guess that's kind of standard with a lot of combo decks.
And what's your count on your main deck?
42 cards.
42 cards. All right,
I find 42 to be a very comfortable number.
Let's get into that extra deck, man.
Yep. All right. So, like I said, trim down on the Scareclaw stuff. 1 Scareclaw Lightheart, I'll show you the card that I cut for the second one that came up so much and won me games. Then Cross Sheep, an SP Little Knight, really good combo piece, really good board breaker and inboard piece. So had to include them. And then I also run Nightmare Unicorn and Axis Code Talker. Both just, so honestly the extra deck, it has a good few of your going first cards, so I figured why not ham in a couple of really good going second ones. And they did help plenty. Being able to having extra ways to get around anything problematic was great. And then MANADIUM Pxxxnda, Visas Amritara, and I'm gonna do it a little. These two, good. You know, standard. You have to run them. Part of the combo, and this thing just searching just about every single spell or trap card in the deck. Really fantastic. Plus getting to recycle it with Visa Samsara. Really good. Cell Synchro Stardust Dragon. It came up a fair bit, and I would not cut this card just because there are sometimes you want to make a 10 when you can only make an 8. And this can help get you there.
Is that extra level of support?
Yeah. Yeah, so, and this is the card that I cut the second Lightheart for, Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend.
How many times did that come up for you?
It came up about 3 or 4 times, and every time it came up, it hit hard.
I saw that in one of your matches, so I think you did fantastic with it.
I didn't burn. Whenever I used its effect, I always hit for 2,500 at least. And then after that, it's literally just make vicious, poke, poke, win. Yeah, like one thing I will say about Scarlight, it's really fun making this and then watching the opponent panic, because when you make this, I'm going to rip you open one way or the other.
Okay.
And then for the Synchro 10s, Baron de Fleur, obviously best Synchro 10 in the game. Bestial Dissipator, the second best Synchro 10 in the game. I don't know why some people would want to cut this. It's a disrupt. Like these two, give this thing a pop effect, and it's almost identical to her. And then the third best Synchro 10 in the game, Sword Soul Supreme Sovereign Sheng Ying. This card came up a fair bit. Just being able to constantly weakening your opponent's monsters, plus being indestructible once a turn, as well as just synergizing with any of your banished cards, which this deck does run a good bit of. It was just fantastic, and a must include. This is honestly the best Sword Soul card, just because of how tough it is. And usually making that means you're gonna win. And then I also run Crimson Dragon. Again, I don't know why people would want to cut this. Plus, like, it makes sense running it since I got 3 targets, Dissipator, Scarlight, and a Cell Synchro. It's just really helpful for if I have a level 4 Meek and Vicious on the field, and I just need to make a good Synchro out of it. Get to Scarlight or get to whatever. Sure. It's toolbox is what it is. It's a flexibility toolbox that lets me tutor out whatever I need. And then 2 Vicious Astrolaud, fairly standard, great combo piece, great board breaker.
For sure. And then let's see that side deck.
Yep. Side deck coming up. Now, like I said, every card came up at one point or the other. So starting off, 2DD Crow. I was debating between this and the Abystial Magnuma and Drew Swarm, but I decided this would be a bit better since it hits more. But Magnuma and Drew Swarm do have their benefits of Magnuma searching, Drew Swarm getting rid of something, and then both being level 6 dragons that I can use to synchro for whatever I need. And then that's the only monster I side deck. I run 2 Triple Tactics Thrust and 2 Crossout Designator. Both came up plenty today. Like just having that protection against the hand trap. that the only hand traps you really care about being Nib and Droll.
Having
and
a
even
Designator at 2, did you see it so many times or no?
I saw it enough times to where I did not regret playing it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Also, it's going to sound like a humble brag. Crossout Designator is a card I would side in going first, and the amount of times I went first after game 1 was very low.
Okay.
Yeah, but it happened enough. And then I run 1 Lightning Storm, a Harpy's Feather Duster, just cards to search off of. I run 1 of this just because it's searchable off thrust, and it works as a second Harpy's Feather Duster. Or we all know how it works. 1 Cosmic Cyclone and Tearlament's Heartbeat. I run this because it's a searchable Cosmic Cyclone because it mentions Visa Starfrost in the name, so I can search it off Visa Samurtara if I need to.
That's pretty sick.
And here's the other thing. Most people didn't get this back when Tearlament was running around. If you control Visa Starfrost, you can target 2 of your opponent's spells and traps instead of just 1. So it goes from Cosmic to Twin Twisters.
Broken.
Yeah. And then for traps, 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance. Just good way to help reinforce the end board against any power spells. 1 Evenly Matched, searchable off thrust. 1 Daruma Cannon. That card, it's just generally good.
For a thrust target?
Yeah. And I also run Different Dimension Ground, which this card came up a good few times. It's really good against Voiceless Voice and Snake Eye.
Kaz, any last things you want to say before we end this deck profile?
Keep your nerve about you whenever you're playing. Like let the jitters out at the first couple of minutes, then let it go. Because I will say, even though this is like my 7th or 8th regional, and I've done about a dozen of these big events, just keep your head, just try to let the jitters come out. Don't ignore it. Let it come out quickly. Be done with it.
For sure, man. I appreciate the deck profile.